quality webinar series on promoting quality research and innovation in higher educational institution. It is sponsored by Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Vinaya Mission Annapurna College of Nursing, Salem. First of all, I request our Honorable Principal Ma'am, Dr. K. Mageshwari Ma'am, to welcome the gatherings.
Vanakkam. Very good morning to all. I am Dr. K. Mageshwari, Principal of Vinaya Mission Annapurna College of Nursing, Salem. It is a constituent college of Vinaya Mission's Research Foundation, deemed to be university. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome the gathering of VMRFDU-IQAC 33rd Quality Webinar Series on promoting quality research and innovation in higher education institution. First of all, I welcome respected Director, IQAC, and other dignitaries of Vinaya Mission's Research Foundation deemed to be university for this webinar. And I also thank our director for giving us an opportunity to conduct this webinar by our college. I welcome you, sir. Next, I welcome for our eminent and most respectful today's resource person, Dr. S. Maragdam ma'am, Professor, Savita College of Nursing, SIMATS deemed University, Chennai. And I also thank her for acceptance to be a resource person in her busiest schedule. I welcome you, ma'am. I am pleased to welcome Dean, Principal, IQAC coordinators, and faculty members of various colleges under Vinaya Mission's deemed to be university. I am glad to say it is a 33rd webinar of IQAC VMRFDU. Quality is the mantra expecting everywhere by everyone. In research also, we are expecting the same thing, the quality, and for survival, innovation is very important at present scenario. So our eminent speaker is going to deal about that promotion of quality research and innovation higher education institution. Once again, I welcome all of you gathered here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your cordial welcome to everyone. Now I request our respected Director IQAC, Dr. P. Gnanasegar, to give the keynote address.
Thank you, Dr. Nagarandani. A very warm morning to all present in this 33rd quality webinar of the quality webinar series being conducted by Internal Quality Assurance Cell of the university. I first of all congratulate the principal and the IQAC coordinator of VMACon for hosting this webinar and also choosing the right person to be part of this webinar. So if you look at the topic for today's webinar, it's on quality research and innovation. See, most of us think that higher education institutions are just degree offering institutions. Even the NEP 2020 clearly demarcates universities as degree giving universities and research universities. So unless research is incorporated into the teaching system, there cannot be a sustenance of the outcome, the people who are coming out of the institutions, the students. And rightly, innovation also plays a lead role in having quality sustenance. The government of India has also come out with various initiatives promoting innovation in the higher education institutions by constituting various awards and ranking systems. Last year, NIRF has also included innovation as one of the categories in ranking of higher education institutions. So today's topic is apt and really need of the hour. I was just speaking to one of our deans from the medical college a couple of days back. He was telling us, sir, research is not my portfolio. As a dean, I am in charge of running the college, giving quality education to my students, giving them the facilities to look after patients and learn clinical things. But these are only, I would say, 20% of what a higher education institution are expected of. The remaining 80% is research. So that is very important. Without research, higher education institutions cannot sustain. So everyone has to look at research as a part of their daily routine rather than telling, say, I take class, I take seminars, all that. Research also should be, a part of every teacher's day-to-day life cycle. And looking at the weightage being given by the various agencies for research, even in MAC, you can see health sciences universities, the weightage for research is 250. That is close to 25% of the total weightage is given for research and innovation. So that is what the government and the stakeholders are looking at. So we need to lay our importance on research. So I do hope today's webinar will bring out plenty of things which will help in promoting quality research. That is very important. See, we say PhD is the ultimate degree. Most of us, we don't go beyond PhD. We think once we finish PhD, right, I have achieved everything. That is not it. PhD is the starting point of next life. So that is the starting point for research. So people who have done PhD, they should conduct themselves into research and innovation and see that new products are coming, which will be helpful for to the society and the well-being of the nation. So with this, I once again congratulate the host and wish all the participants to have a wonderful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your crystal clear keynote address regarding the theme of today's webinar. Now the session to introduce our eminent resource speaker, brief profile about the Madam has completed her PhD nursing in the year 2013, Savita University, Chennai. MPhil in nursing in the 2005 in the Manipal College of Nursing, Mahe. He has first in MPhil Part 1. MSc Nursing in the year of 1995, LT College of Nursing, SNTT Women's University, Mumbai. Got gold medalist, has the specialty of medical surgical nursing. Completed her UG in the year 1989 in the College of Nursing, MMC. She was a recipient of gold medal for the best student. Madam has the working experience as a staff nurse at Apollo Hospital and followed by has many experience in various positions in teaching, research, administration, and as a head of the institution. Have more than 30 years of experiences. According to that academic and curricular accountabilities, taught for the postgraduate and also MSc Nursing and NPCC undergraduate, bridging RN, BSN, post-basic and diploma in nursing and midwifery students with ending satisfaction of students and management and self. As a founder principal, started the Dr. Mahalingam Institute of Paramedical Sciences and Research, College of Nursing, Erode, and involved in the overall development of the institution, faculty, and students from inception to 4 years. Chief guest for various schools, colleges, and community activities. Madam has published book chapters in medical surgical nursing, TNA India, has published more than 17 research articles in in-depth journals and published that more than 20 health-related articles in magazine and newspapers, and organized and undertaken as a resource person more than 200, organized many faculty development sessions for the faculty empowerment. According to that community activities, she has created awareness on healthy lifestyle among school children, school teachers, and public. career guidance to final year nursing students, balance life in work, family, healthy married life and parenting, create a cancer prevention awareness among the risk group and general public, organize community health awareness among adolescents, pregnant women, diabetes and hypertensive, and she promotes the healthy aging among the women. She received many awards. Recipient of Best Teacher Award from the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai. Recipient of Best Educator Award from Kalvichudar Magazine. Academic Excellence Award from National Faculty Award in the academic year 22-23. She was the editor for some of the journals, the Journal of the Nurse. It is by JKK College of Nursing, Tamil Nadu till 2014. And she was the editor for the Journal of Medical Surgical Nursing, Tamil Nadu Nursing and Midwife Council up to 2014. We are heartily welcome to share your knowledge and contribution regarding the promoting quality of research and innovation in higher educational institution, ma'am. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Naganandini, for the introduction.
Stop the screen, ma'am. You can share now, ma'am.
Yeah, I have already showing your sharing screen.
Shall I share or you will share, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is viewing. You go for the slideshow, ma'am.
Your screen share.
Slideshow option next to animation up person.
Display.
Madam, you can press F5.
F5.
அந்த மேல நோட்டிபிகேஷன் இருக்கு பாருங்க மேடம், அதை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுங்களேன். கெட் ஜென்யூன் ஆஃபீஸ் வருது இல்லையா, ரைட்ல ஒரு இன்டு மார்க் இருக்கும், அதை கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டு F5 கொடுங்க, ஷேர் ஆகும். இதாவது
Please try and sir, the typing.
Yeah.
Can you see now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam. You can proceed.
Visible.
Very good morning. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Whenever I come to Vinayaka Mission, I feel at home. Thank you, Dr. Mageshwari, respected director, sir, all the principals and beloved faculties and who are joined in the webinar. Very good morning. So let us see, already Vinayaka Mission is a lot involved in research and NAC accreditation and so many things. So this can be like, what we know already, it will be a refreshment kind of a thing. And also we can see in the current scenario, there are a lot of changes within us, within institution and within student level. What best as a faculty we can do in quality research and innovations in higher education institutions. The learning outcomes, already you have clear concept, but let us discuss a few things. Develop clear concept about need for quality research, aware the importance of quality research in higher education, and let us discuss selected innovations required for higher education and discuss the measures to enhance quality research and innovation in higher education. So teachers and students, we acquire knowledge through research and disseminating it through teaching. So it is like give and take, both happens simultaneously. Maybe from example from nursing also, it started as a art in the beginning. Then to attain a science and professional thing, we need a scientific evidences. And now the era of evidence-based practice. So we do lot of researches. And the first component, we do lot of things. And second component, disseminating through teaching. Now it's like happened in every classes. Even we tell our postgraduate students to incorporate their research finding related to their study and utilize in their clinical and professional life also. The quality research, it is depend on the factors like quality of teaching, the courses, supervision, guidance, and facilities for research. Now, the term we hear research in every aspect, even now from the school, they have made the teachers to do the researches, but how they have really doing with the quality or not, And the courses, is it really giving a clinical experience integrated with the practice, whatever we do in healthcare? And was it properly supervised and guided for the researcher to do it like a very interesting manner? Otherwise, the word research, when they hear, whether it is an undergraduate, postgraduate, or a PhD scholar, they have a lot of stress and fearful. So this is mainly can be eliminated in the hand of the teachers. So the quality of teaching should include like integrated method of teaching. Like if we remember what the way we learn, we might have not properly developed a clear concept at all, really. So some orientation, but now we can teach them, make them involved, and every step we have to give a hands-on training. For example, if we are teaching a research statement, at the end of the class, we allow them to form a statement and ask them to discuss among the peer and criticize then itself, so that they are very confident, and the students and teachers should have the freedom to exchange. In most of the time, we learn many things from the students and their views. So this is a beautiful experience when the classroom is more interactive, and there can be a freedom to express. Even the child or the student, whatever they want to do, they have the freedom to express. So that kind of a classroom really very beautiful for learning. And again, the course material, we need to, whatever the Indian Nursing Council for us, or maybe the other university prescribes for various programs, can be in arts and science or engineering or medical, dental, nursing, that can be considered as a minimum requirement. And within the institutional goal, mission, and vision, we can think of at the end of a year, or maybe at the end of 5 years, what are we going to do? What are the innovations, researches we need for our institution and for the society around and for global? If we have a wider idea, accordingly, if we include few of the things, what is globally practiced more, if we incorporate, then we can stand on in bar with in quality with other institutions. And of course, supervision and guidance plays vital role, because most of the time the faculty's roles are multidimensional. So classroom teaching, comfortable, guiding the students, okay, and physically visiting the particular places to see them and guide them, are they really doing it correctly? Actually, this is more important area. Maybe in the beginning, that mentor, like a researcher or a guide, can go along with the higher education students, make them, are they doing in a proper way, then leave them alone with the less supervision. So the outcome will be much, much, much better, and everybody know, okay, this is how we have to do. What we have observed only we are going to present. There is nothing we can modify or maybe change. Those kind of ideas will not come. So if we work together, all the variables, both students and the guide, can be very clearly identified. Then the progress also okay, and the students also will feel very less stressful and fearful. So it starts from the classroom, in cooperation with the course outcome, and you have guidance and your institutional willingness. Until otherwise, the institutional support is there for research, it's very difficult for the teachers to go ahead, and for the students also, it cannot be a complete one. So together, really, we can do so many wonderful things needed for the society actually. Yeah, these things, NAC already you know. For the research, they have given highest criteria wise university level and autonomous college level, affiliated constituent college, or postgraduate colleges. The high weightage is given for research and innovation is high comparing to other criterias. So far, like if we talk about, maybe when I was working for an NAC accreditation for my institution more than 10 years, nearly 15 years before, at that time the global ranking ideas were little, maybe just started. Now we talk about national ranking of our institution. In globally, where are we standing? So this is like no exchanging of ideas in bar with improving and collaboration. This is some of the areas are really good to learn, collaborate, exchange, and all those things are really good. So if the institution is aiming like collaboration level, or maybe for a global ranking, then innovations and higher quality research is a must actually. So the primary purpose, according to me, what is really important is solutions to different problems while improving teaching and learning. I personally believe the change starts within us. So as a teachers or maybe the team of teachers in your institution, you have to start with how are all the ways we can improve our teaching and learning to achieve research idea or maybe research interest among the faculty and among the students. And also we have to teach them what are the innovation areas required as particular discipline in the institution, maybe for our society or for India or globally. So once it is incorporated in that particular area, when we do small action researches, that outcomes when we practice, then it will become like a habit like. You will not feel research is something that is an extra fitting like. So like it's like a habit formation. Morning we'll get up, we'll just brush our teeth. It is a routine. So same way, every student and faculty, they may feel research is also a part of our life and they can do more confidently than with any other institutional people. And find out which are all the areas like answering to learner motivation, development, classroom management. Even when I talk to my postgraduate students, some they get really motivated, some they ask why I have to do this, because academically the syllabus is high, my requirements are more, so I have seminars, I have presentations, I have assignments and ASCII exam, it is too much, then why I have to do. So I teach them better you can start with case studies. Every patient what they whom they meet in the hospital, it's they'll come with biopsychosocially they are different, how he handles a situation like an emergency or critical care unit, or maybe they even, let us take an example of woman undergoing a delivery process. It's not the same for everybody. Maybe for arts and science students, they can really talk about interpersonal relationship and what makes them really motivated. They can do a small case study and we are there to help you. Like it's like a 50-50 combination when you are guiding the less motivated students to do a research. So the research guide or a mentor or the class teacher or maybe the course teacher will really help them, provided you meet on regular basis, create a contract like weekly or maybe every day in the beginning, then weekly, monthly, we make this is our pathway, is it okay? That way the development will be little better. And even in classroom, when we teach them, what are all the small things we can do? So even small observations can bring lot of changes. A patient with pain, if they respond in a different manner, so how as a nurse can recognize that and respond to that pain management? Some beautiful non-pharmacological measures are so good. These measures can be transmitted to every individual in the family. For example, a labor pain, woman in a labor pain, just a small back rub can relieve the pain, or simple deep breathing exercise, because we all now expand and stretch ourselves for what not to achieve so many things, but most of the time we feel I am exhausted, I feel so stressed, see I can't do anymore, like that we go to the bed. Before going to the bed, just a small little deep breathing, like just close your eye, take a deep breath and see, sure it will change a lot of things. This can be, every individual has to practice at that level. So what we have to do, the institution, we have to make it in the beginning instead of simply talking it in the classroom. Every day, maybe during lunchtime or maybe at the end of the day, 10 to 15 minutes, if we allow it for me time, regardless of wherever they are, in the classroom or maybe in the reception or maybe in their office, everybody, they can practice. So when we make them whatever the research findings into practice level, then the students feel attracted, yes it is necessary we are doing. Otherwise the less motivation, one of the reason is they do research, they find out, and that was least implemented or not at all implemented, they are not taking it to the other way. So now when we are guiding the researchers, now we can incorporate with new innovative ideas or maybe any intellectual property or registration or any patent. Those kind of researches are more to be encouraged nowadays. And some researches like curriculum, how are we assessing, policy making, leadership and related areas, these things will automatically bring behavioral changes among teachers, and students will observe clearly what the teachers are doing. So we also has to involve in active researches. So include in the curriculum, in your assessment pro forma, you can create something research knowledge, or maybe initiation of some group project, you can give some weightage. Make a policy in this institution for higher education for a postgraduate student, one particular individual research is a must, or one individual research either she has to publish or present in any conferences. So before acquiring the degree, like that, if we make a policy, that should be achievable. So let us not make something that is not achievable. So you have to create some workshops or conference for them to present in your institution also. To start with that, then later on you can extend to national conferences or international conferences. Now really thank God for the technology. Sitting from your place, you can talk to anywhere else. So such a things what we are using now, the same thing can be made for the students also. Any visual presentation like the policies, make them to feel comfortable. Okay, and digitalization, internationalization, and democratization of higher education and related such things has to take them to lifelong learning. So most of the thing, whichever the program they learn, every course is defined for them to, for them first for the lifelong. Maybe from childhood, which you teach them, be disciplined, be respect elders, all those things are lifelong. The same thing has to be inculcated throughout in every aspect of doing. Same way, maybe digitalization, use it for the better thing. It has drawbacks, it has positives. How better you can use it for your personal and professional life in a better manner. Focus on always positive aspect so that it will be useful for them, that those things can be allowed in the classroom also. 1 or 2 hours you can allow them to use their mobile or maybe with the internet to bring out some solutions. So like a problem based learning, you can ask them to give in the classroom, so they can give research based solutions for that. Let them hunt for research based ideas, because all over the world they have made very clearly in many countries, for this particular scenario, this is the solution, step 1, 2, 3, 4. With levels of evidences, they have made it more available in healthcare setting. But in our country, now we have started. So usually it starts with institutional interest and support. So maybe in a small particular area, we nurses, we have a lot of specializations. So maybe for adult health nursing, one particular area of diabetologic nursing, or maybe a cardiac nursing or prevention of heart disease. Like that, you can find out what all the research ideas are already available. You can have a pool of those things. Then the classroom should be built on what is available further, where we need to do more. This will avoid stereotype of doing the same kind of researches. Commonly, more than 80% of the researches are done by us are knowledge, attitude, and practice. So beyond this, what are the other innovative researches by using digitalization and the internationalization is better having a collaboration with other universities. You can have mutual exchange of teachers and students, where you can visit and you can be at one particular semester also you can exchange the students, so that it gives not only professional learning, students also learn to collaborate, talk, exchange. Then when they come out, we have that experience. We exchange with the students when I'm in UAE with the students with the South Korea. It was really very beautiful experience of 2 weeks collaboration. So their attitude, how they speak, how they really interact. Along with that, how they have made independent in learning. When they come, I have seen a third year BSc nursing student. She's from German, visited Manipal College of Nursing. She shows me I have to apply these 4 nursing theories for the patient with undergoing labor. So in undergraduate level, they implement higher level of knowledges. So in our curriculum, in UG, we introduce, and in slightly basic theories, the students will apply. In master program, little better, and in MPhil program, it was a course like that. Actually, we used to say commonly, sky is the limit. I believe our mind is the limit. If we have a mind, discuss with the institution, discuss with the faculty, and also get opinion from the students. These 4 are 4 pillars, and making them inculcate whatever you learn. This is for lifelong learning. That is very important, not for the part of examination or maybe for the time being. It can be a long term, lifelong learning. When it is inculcated, these higher education students will go out with fully learned knowledge, and whatever the field they choose, either in practice or maybe as a teachers, or further when they go for higher study, their performance and their representation of your university as a student will be amazing. And innovation, change, reflections on current practices. Now, every college or university, you have a startup ideas, you have innovation cells, and there are experts, they'll guide you to get your patent. These things are really interesting to see nowadays, and anytime they are very friendly. You can visit, you can register, encourage the student to register with that innovation cell and ask them to attend their meeting. A small simple idea, they can get a patent. See, one simple what they have done recently, like patients, we use restraints, right? And the same restraints, a pediatric nurse observe. Because if you see the bed sheets also, plain will be for adult. For pediatric room, when you enter into the ward, the reflection, what the ideas they have, the wallpapers, all will be with lot of cartoons. It will be more for the child to reduce little stressful. Same manner, the restraint she has designed with child different colors with different cartoons. So she has applied for a patent. So now it is on the process to see whether it is somebody has done already in all over the world or not. If not, it will be patented on her name. It's something very small. I am telling in the nursing practice what you can do, innovate. Okay, so simple thing like that you can bring out. Nursing theories are there. Many inventions. It is like so many things. Many are invented at the college level. The students are shining so well in other institutions. So they need to be oriented, introduced, and allowed to talk. So this will be really an eye opener in current scenario for both teachers and students. So why it is so important? It helps to inform policies and practices that can improve quality education and to the overall student experience. Even in the director, in this introduction given, we are speaking, higher education is not mere acquiring degree. Now it's a beautiful opening for overall development, intellectually, emotionally, okay, socially, also professionally. There are the chances. So if you make research and from your practices, your teaching learning, your mentor mentee things really make the students as a cream of a student, one who goes in entry level, what is his knowledge, what is his attitude and skill, he should experience, and the outsider should see his all those things in a refined and a helpful manner for himself and to the society. And it helps to advance knowledge and understanding a particular field of a discipline. So research to start with a specific thing is very important. So further, even when I apply for ICMR research project, so they ask the first question, how many studies done in this particular area before? But how many publications you have done? So if I want to do a study in 2025, my work starts at least few years before, 1 or 2 years before. Think about it, work on it, then you be very develop a clear knowledge and understanding in that particular field. Show the people that you know something, then go for such a thing. So this is really very useful. So then undergraduate student, postgraduate students can be little more independent. So this kind of a thing can be inculcated in higher education. And how research is funded in higher education, I think most already your faculty shared with me. They are very much aware about lot of funds, the grants and private foundations or institutional funds, and many industry partnership. Or some of the institutions, they have their own research fund. For example, the AIMS, if you take Delhi, they may be having like in crores their fund. They'll give some percentages to different colleges like nursing, physiotherapy, pharmacy, like that in a percentage. Fund is already allotted by the government to the institution. Now it's up to the people or the faculty and the postgraduate students. They have to apply and get it. Same like the Tamil Nadu fund for medical students, dental students, and under allied health students. So they specify the fund amount and everything. So these are all the things fund made already available. Just you are applying. In some of the institution, they may say you come with idea, you come with a beautiful research or maybe any innovation, we'll provide you fund. Or some particular funds are specific for some particular innovations or some specific area like women welfare, child welfare, or maybe starting some startups like that. So where based on already available fund, maybe you just aware and you apply. Or if it is not fits, you choose some of your innovative ideas, go and approach that particular institutions where they are giving grants. So like that now for researchers are doing now anything like many things are available to get a fund. Even from ICMR, UGC is there, even Tata, many private TCS companies, lot of companies and institutions, universities, they are ready with the fund. Even our Prime Minister's fund, you need not pay back like that also, there are lot of funds. So anything you just give it to the students, let them make aware as they enter inside the institutions. That time itself when they are aware, at least when they go out, let them start with a small thing at least if possible. And once we have started, what are we going to do? How are we going to monitor? So develop internal evaluation exercises. So this is very important. Peer evaluates. See, before you submit any proposal to anybody, better you can have department wise, you can internally discuss among yourself and present. They can give you whether this project or maybe the research proposal is worthy enough, what are all the drawbacks, what are all the things you can enhance it. This is very important. Usually, most of the time when they apply for funding from any grants, they may conceal within them. There are two ultimate aims. If you have your own aim, fine. But if it is you are doing it for institutional aim, then the name reflects on the institution where you have adhered. So quality is very important here. So everybody has the chance to refine, and everybody it's a chance to learn also from each other. So we need to have collaborative experience or maybe relationship within our institution. Then only we'll be having an open mind when we collaborate with other institutions. So develop your internal evaluation in the beginning and at every stage, so that everybody you can come out with the outcome will be very good with less criticism or maybe with less issues or whatever it may be. The outcome will be very good what you are intended to do. Then integrative approach.
Hello.
And develop, reinforce, identify and promote empowerment. So this is very important when a new student is coming or maybe new faculty you are recruiting to your institution. Give some quality time, make them to know how the research is done in place and promote their empowerment. So once if you do this, once they have empowered, then the things will go automatically. So proper orientation, guidance, making the facilities available within the institution is a must really, and that is the basic thing needed. And institutions are willing to increase their capacity and engage in the productivity of useful knowledge through consumer driven competitions. So most of the time, suppose when we are adopting a community, we can go to that community, talk to the people what they really want exactly. So according to their willingness, if we do all the community researchers, their cooperations will be very good. And greater institutional autonomy, new means of system oversight and performance-based training. So now institutional autonomy for a researcher is now more talk in all the institutions, and there will be a research department, they will be the head, and through them every your colleges, if it goes through proper, they can have a proper document, guidance and everything. Additionally, new funding arrangements at the institutional level. This when it will come means when there are more research proposals, many they are applying for funding and many it is in list, then the institution also can make some of the arrangements within the institutional level for faculty and postgraduate level students. And now the current scenario in higher education, up to UG, most of the students they study in India. Now, when it comes to PG, most of them they wanted to go to abroad. So previously, maybe 5-6 years before, there was a guaranteed job purpose they were going, but now they wanted to acquire, and parents also wish to able to spend money and send them there. But what we can do to retain them in India, it doesn't mean that it's not against or anything for them going to abroad. Why they are going? They'll have some small thinking that there the quality of education is good and job guarantee is there. So these two reasons may be there. So here what we can do in India, all the university colleges or maybe individual colleges, the foundation of institution is offering wide range of courses, providing a well-rounded and holistic education to India's masses and imparting skills that are relevant to local industry and community. So most of the classroom teaching. So in my discipline, all the teaching, whatever we teach, we prepare the students to practice outside the community only. So I tell them, even if I teach a small interview technique, you are going to, whenever you talk to the patients or families or your healthcare team member, remember this. Communication or interpersonal relationship never stops with learning communication process or anything. So the same manner, even in arts and science or even in mathematics, okay, or biology. So we have to include, make the student to understand how these things will be helpful in day-to-day life. Once you make, they may not feel something they learn in the classroom, which is not going to be useful for our day-to-day life. And second is career-focused institution. This may be the ultimate aim of every parent or every student one who comes to higher education. So at least at the end of the higher education, I need a job. So the institution offering technical and professional courses with the focus of producing industry related graduates. So at any point, there can be a lot of campus interviews. So many universities already they are preparing the students, but still the more painful little area is even after post graduation, the salary of the student may be 10,000, 12,000, like that. When they go, they feel so distressed, and the family also feels so it's really they could not cope up with the expenses as a family. So they give plays important role at the student level also, and we as the faculties orienting them various way of empowering yourself within these 2 years with additional value-added courses, and the university is facilitating and making them to be trained along with this particular educational program. They can even speaking in English. Most of the students, when I talk to them, they are very skillful, their communication is very poor. And especially this after whatever we have experienced, this 3 years of Corona period, the school education, so many, they did not learn properly when they come to college. Their level was so low. It was more challenging for us as a teachers and for all the institutions also. So making little more extra value added courses, little time we have to give for them for individual development. So what I feel here, we can categorize into, suppose somebody wants to learn English, there can be certain classes. Even somebody wanted to poor in skill, they need to be attended. So I'm sure Vinayaka Missions University is already implementing outcome-based education. So if your outcome has to be achieved in which are all the areas that they are lacking, that also has to be brought up, linked with career focused. So once the students comes out, they have to be very clear about which are all the areas they can shine, and further higher study they can go at least more than 70-80%. They get the placement immediately. That can be the success. And most of the students now with a lot of startups and many things, they directly after post graduation they are starting some business. That is also very good. But this gives a confidence. The higher education, when they study with us with their innovative ideas as a team, when we all guide them, after the post graduation, the student should have a confidence to live in the society personally and professionally. And third, research focused institutions, the high quality institution with research and innovation as a prime focus. Okay, so these recommendations are reported largely directed toward in the first two tier constitutions. When we feel this particular institution provide these things all together in India, most of the students will stay back. So that is nearly possible. And this is based on a research article. So what are the diagrams and indicators when I referred? I got few points. Number one, research engagement. Identify the researchers and teams to achieve excellence. I really don't want to share what are all the things really a research means, how it goes negatively without knowing knowledge. The research is not done. Plagiarism, there are many intellectual theft, so many things are there. I feel whatever we are going to talk in another 20 minutes, everything starts from me or self. If I decided I will do quality research, I'll follow all the steps as per the blueprint planned in a way, then only the change starts. Okay, so otherwise there are many things, whatever I said before, it really can't give an excellent research at all. So create your team, tell them what you really wanted. Okay, what is your idea, what is your expectation, why you are doing this research. Okay, is it for including in your CV, or you wanted to publish, or any other thing. There are wide variety of aims for doing the research. Make them to understand, and from one after the other they can build. Maybe now everybody's focus.
Share your screen, ma'am, again.
Madam, you're muted, madam. You can unmute and speak.
Unmute your audio. Ma'am, unmute your audio.
Screen share.
It was
Screen
muted.
also
Is it okay
stopped,
now?
ma'am.
Can you hear me now, Nandini?
Yes, ma'am.
Quality, merit, and impact.
Share your
So
screen, ma'am.
I didn't get you there.
Your
Share
screen
the
share
screen.
has stopped. You can share the screen again.
1 minute. Sir. Plugin is muted. Can you see now?
No, ma'am.
No.
Now, okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's coming.
Before. Yes. Okay. இது close பண்ணிடலாம். Yeah. When we come to quality, merit, and impact, we can promote open debate, what contributes to international research. And there are a lot of international research are nowadays innovation. For example, Tata, they give travel grant. Suppose if you are interested, see research and your own passion can be merged together. Suppose if you love travel and you wanted to spend at least 11 months, you work hard. 1 month you wanted to be in a place where you desire, like South Africa, some example. So if you are really interested with the people, how they live like that, you can really find out the people's, some researchers, like you can do it in ERCAT. The same research, you can just compare it in UT, make those things available. People, those who are in tribals there and Nilgiris, then you think that if you apply a grant for observing the people or tribals in South Africa, with the travel full grant, you can go for that also. So it's not a limitation that you have to do within your area only or within India only. Even international level, you can think of your researchers. And the merit and reward with the funding are rely not only on ranking and benchmarking tool, but also the research capacity and the impact on policy and practice and future development. So they will see what is your university and ranking, that is important. But at the same time, what is your research ability, what you are doing, and future, how this research further it gives contributes to the some community and further can be built anything else. Such as scope researchers are more welcome. And research resources. So under resources, peer review mechanism already we discussed along with the teachers to discuss the same idea they have given here to refine and control measure for this. And the other thing is sustainability and support. So people after one or two researchers, they feel exhausted, and sustainability very important, and keep on refinement and training needed, because the research process and research guidelines, little there are changes are added in the scenario. For example, if you want to do a systematic review, you need to register. Okay, you have to follow PRISMA guidelines. Or if you want to do a randomized control trial, you have to register under national registry. What is the way, how you have to register? Like that, the things are keep on changing. For that, the institution has to give support and sustain the interest on your works. Day by day, the graph has to increase. Give examples what all the things are done in higher education field: 3D printing and free tuitions and virtual reality and new pedagogies, video streaming, digital textbooks, artificial intelligence that we are talking starting from engineering, now it incorporated with any education or maybe in healthcare field also. See, even in ICU, artificial intelligence related studies are beautiful. When you go near the patient's bedside, you can see all the parameters digitally visible. So like that, they have created the bed sheet also. And learner faculty forms, smarter data analytics. And when we do data analysis, I still remember manually, but nowadays SPSS package, it went beyond the limit. Just to enter and click, it gives you with all the parameters, including interpretation and everything. At the same time, here in the smart data analytics, you have to pay attention. It's not really compared to human. Whether the interpretation is relevant to our study, whether it is giving or not, whether it is based on our objective, we have to pay little attention before taking that result as our conclusion. And changing revenue sources, pay anytime, cashless. When my teacher said when I was in a school, in future there won't be any money in your hand, I was really shocked. But now we are experiencing that. Then competency-based education, make the student responsible here. So every student has to be responsible for their learning competency. Teacher as a mentor has brought beautiful outcomes. And open curriculum and courseware, now liberal curriculum, liberal courses, many universities they are doing. So it is also very essential for a student, one who is working and studying or having some career in between. Career comes as a priority. He could not continue for another 3 months or 6 months, especially for women till the child rearing, maybe within 1 year or during the immediate delivery and breastfeeding time. If she undergoes some courses in the higher education, this open curriculum is really very good. And new degree forms and certificates. So here it is my desire in nursing. We have in a undergraduate level, every specialty is integrated. For example, adult health, pediatrics, psychiatric, community, OBG, mental health, all integrated in one. One of my students in 4th year, he asked me when I was teaching leadership program, ma'am, why should I study all these things? Because my plan is very clear. After my BSc nursing, I'll go to a particular country because my uncle is there. I'm going to work in critical care unit only. So I studied thoroughly about critical care. All other aspects I have passed, just pass or little more. That is enough, ma'am. So that is my criteria. So this, how are we going to take as a teacher? I don't know. The reason for we having integrated curriculum, when you say a nurse or maybe a healthcare professional, you need to be able to manage any situation, even if you meet in your lifetime once, even a patient with sudden cardiac arrest, you should be able to handle, or suddenly somebody is delivered when you are traveling on the road or maybe in the train. The healthcare professional should be like that idea for a wider population country in India. The Indian Nursing Council with the comprehensive syllabus they have created. But now the students changing scenario, I feel even in, it may come in 5 to 10 years. BSc in adult health nursing, BSc in diabetic nursing, BSc in cardiovascular nursing. So they wanted to study focused and they wanted to do in that higher study. So these are all the ideas may come in future. Then improved learning management system, lot of digitalization, online. Okay, so even criteria, everything through learning management system, computer science and integrated one makes us so friendly for us in preparing, assessing, evaluating, really useful to us. And assessment and accreditation both goes side by side. Okay, so it is useful only it is accepted to the institution concerned, otherwise no. So the institution need to improve, then this accreditation process will be incorporated in every aspect what they are doing. And it is depend on large extent on the judgment of peer group rather than quantitative indicators. So we need to ask experience. How did you experience this particular institutional learning or maybe the outcome from group than doing a study? So this here what we say, qualitative researchers can bring out these things, or mixed method researchers that is coming or then in this particular decade. So peer group directly talking with the focus group in, discussion or maybe directly asking, bring out lot of things, what is going on, what they need also. So that is very interesting area. Then assessment, units of assessment chosen should be visible, feasible, practical in local context. So this is based on outcome-based education only and should be seen as a complex issue, not as an application of predetermined criteria. See, one student, for example, if you wanted to tell her, create an attitude. See, a patient is suffering from pain. Okay, she is going to give a pain injection, analgesic. Okay, she should know there are giving injection is not a small one, just not a pricking alone. She should know about the drug, she should know about the route, she should know what is pain, what is the action of the drug, what is the psychosocial aspect of the individual. That's why she learns psychology, sociology, pharmacology, okay, pathology, and interpersonal relationship. All these things, learned knowledge are incorporated. It's a complex issue. Never just to go, it's not going, giving and coming. Prepare the patient psychologically, tell her it will be little bit painful. Okay, then ask her any prerequisite questions are there, whether she had food, how is the pain, how much is the pain, then give it, then observe, go back and document, be polite, simple, humble, sympathy, here empathy, all you have to incorporate. So now nothing you make the student to know, it is less. The same way in research, it's a complex phenomena, not a very simple thing for acquiring a degree. Then it is an extravagant way of assuring minimum standard as it involves huge cost in terms of fiscal resources and administrative process. Okay, so to establishing a research institute with the research directors or maybe with the SPSS, you have a statisticians, analyst, and various tools and techniques creating lot of fund the institution also has to do, and appointing a people with the research knowledge, those who have ability, experience in funded projects, many other projects and publications. Again, it's a really cost language. It plays more and we have to be accountable. That also has to be insisted. Then avoid overloading external quality assessment. More of internal quality assessment, really beautiful for our institution to progress. Once if we reach to certain level of that, When we feel okay, we are satisfied, then we can move on to external quality comparisons. And importance of research in three aspects. This is maybe the final component I'm going to discuss. Why it is becoming more important nowadays, because of massification, then diversification. Again, you see importance of research, and research is also come as a third component under this. In massification, what happens? All global, the world is become a global, anybody can study anywhere. Most of the students leaving like masses to other institutions. Okay, so this is because of first, now divergence in higher educational institutions. Not all institutions of higher education can be universities, and second, it's a greater diversity in student population. So really, I remember when I joined master program in SNDT Women's University. The class had 16 master students. I was the only one from Tamil Nadu. Even that I felt among India, that was a diversity group. And in my workplace, the first diversity group I experienced in Vinayaka Mission only, where Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Malayalam, Kerala, and people from students from Rajasthan were the students. That was also a different experience for them, individualizing, tailor-made some of the classroom teaching, learning activities that made us to learn, involve, it improved to many extent for us also. Okay, and thirdly, dropout on non-completion rates are more significant than ever. But to frankly, this may be in many other programs, but in nursing, the dropout rates are a minimum actually, but still there are dropouts. We can't say it's not that, because nowadays the attitude towards nursing as a caring profession after Corona, it is enormous. But as a teacher, I was thinking after Corona, now every family has one or two child. I thought sure they will not send their children to nursing profession, but it's not there. It's exactly the opposite way. All the colleges, they are looking for, they wanted to become nursing as their career. And that is the reason, number one reason, immediately job is there and they can go to abroad and learn. Even many central government jobs are well paid. So there are many ideas like that. But even in school, the government is paying attention why the dropout. They are went to their home, they are bringing back, and they have given a special attention to complete the schooling. So the same any institution, they are taking steps to avoid or reduce the dropout status also. And in fourth, it led to lower quality of healthcare, higher education institutions in all the countries where it has occurred. Massive students when the number is so high, this is the problem. But even if you admit 100 students, if you make a small classroom like into 30 or 25 in a classroom, where you can pay individual attention, where the teacher and student knows better, then it is quality. At any cost we cannot lower it. Otherwise 100, it's not a small number. Maybe correcting a test paper, teacher is exhausted, or maybe conducting one practical exam, or maybe making the student to learn one particular skill for the desirable manner with ASCII checklist. It is beyond individual's ability capacity, even as a teacher also. So make them into group and guiding in a small groups, and the only thing that same teacher can repeat all the small groups will give a uniform teaching and uniform evaluation things. And standard of leading institutions have improved, and many healthcare institutions face challenges regarding financial constraints, faculty quality, and student diversity. So if a student, in the beginning you can ask what's your idea. So if they wanted to become a teacher, especially we can talk to them, what is the role of a teacher, what are all the things. They think teacher role is simply easy, you just come teach it and go. Not at all. Before teaching, how many hours she prepares it, and the delivery how she does, after how she evaluates, even before planning the curriculum, her work starts. When the the students are even after exiting the institution, the teacher roles are continued even with alumni and so many things. So creating them what they wanted to become starts the day they enters inside the institution, and it continues beyond. And diversification, its disciplines taught in higher education growing along with development activities in view of future need of the society and humanity. I remember one proverb, whatever, whomever the teacher today, what they are teaching is they learned yesterday's curriculum. They are teaching today's students, those who are going to practice tomorrow.
Ma'am,
She is not audible, madam. She is not seen.
yes, ma'am. Hang right, ma'am. Share your screen again, ma'am. It is stopped. Yes, ma'am, it's coming. It's the same.
So research in the society, it starts from us, then family, then society. So whenever we teach on education, we have to give importance to individual development with a positive attitude. He should be safe to himself, he should be safe to family, he should be safe and good to the society. Some of the researchers are qualitative, can be very good at the individual level, can bring out a beautiful society and a healthy and beautiful nation also. So this, I think you know, with the NAC and new educational policy. So out of interest, I have put. So where it talks about self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy. So every teacher and every student has to do this regularly for improvement. And why Indian higher education lacking in some of the researchers, school projects are not done by the students. So there are shops near the schools, they readily make available projects, and some of the time it is done by the parents and they do not have any research idea, and poor or insufficient infrastructure and lack of quality faculties and poor quality students in higher education entry and insufficient support and less funding and inadequate collaboration. So each and everything, if we make a measures to overcome, it is beautiful actually. So the quality research, it is aiming quality of teaching and research, number one. Number two, pressure on the publishing, it is there, but still there are lot of publications, they publish freely and with minimum cost, like that also available without compromising their quality. So a team of your teachers can identify such a thing and you can publish in that also. And quality of student intake, so make sure at least that individual have the attitude for the selected program or work. Are they willing to show improvement or not? Once it is there, 50% of our task is achieved. And what are the steps to be taken by the government? So they act as a catalyst, and the examinations are more knowledge driven, can be made it with analytical abilities also, and subjects can be incorporated with day-to-day life activities like computer-based learning. Okay, then machine learning, how these things can be included in reasoning ability, and improvement of infrastructure, quality improvement, and improved student intake criteria like that. And they will not only provide sustained development, but also sensitivity to the students towards society. This last step is very, very, very important. Then what are the students? What is their role? The trend is to afford students enhanced capabilities in higher education, but in quality assessment, accountability, and performance, whomever is building affordable, they are reaching. And first, we need to prepare the students to become an agentic individuals. Active learning, extracurricular, integrated learning, all has to be mixed together and made it their own responsibility over their experiences. And second, understand students at their own attitudes, preferences, behaviors. That becomes the vital task for healthcare professionals, very important, because when we talk about three components of learning in as per Bloom's taxonomy, knowledge, attitude, and practice. So I give importance for attitude 40%, knowledge 30%, then cognitive 30%. And third, liberal education and constructing new student roles and peers. These are involving them in decision making. Students has to be involved in every aspect of decision making. Then automatically they learn things. They need not refer how a college is being run, how this quality or department is running. So they can be a member, automatically their learning will become more lively. So coming to the conclusion, it starts even before admission process, then exam process and placement process. Ultimately, when we talk about education, these three things are inseparable. So
Madam, you are not audible.
Ma'am,
She is not audible, madam. She is lost.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am has joined now.
Some network problem maybe. Yes, ma'am.
yes, I think that's all. Thank you for the opportunity. Hope the purpose of this particular session is reached to some extent. The future is depend on what we do in the present. So let us make a beautiful future for both students, teachers, and the institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's the time for open discussion.
Thank you, ma'am. I request the delegate to clarify your doubts or that any other queries you can clarify with the ma'am. The time for open discussion.
Thank you.
Can stop screen.
Madam, one small question from my side.
Sir?
Now, how do you think people from the professional side, like doctors, nurses, who are busy in their own profession, how can they devote time for research?
Sir, really very beautiful question actually. Actually, in some universities, what they make no, sir, interdisciplinary classroom. Because they learn differently, but when they are working together. Okay, so many courses, they make it integrated. For example, okay, sir, so how to manage a patient with heart attack. All the 5 institutions, whatever you have, need not handle the class separately. Make a common small group classroom. What the physician or anesthetist has to do, what the nurse has to do, okay, what the transport people has to do, how the lift man has to block the lift, how the ICU has to be ready. So the same class in a manner, how it is practically done. If it is done, then they learn lifetime learning. They will not feel something new when they see a heart attack. Otherwise, what happens in the classroom, they learn, they answer very well. But in real scenario, if they see any patients comes with a heart attack, first the student will run because they don't know how to even give CPR or even to how to assist for endotracheal tube. So like that. Usually what we do, like giving injections, we make nursing teachers to teach all the healthcare professionals inside the campus, like medical students. nurses will teach. And again, dietitians are involved in therapeutic diet. So interdisciplinary, they weigh each other equally, and then cooperation is better. And though time also, lot of time is saved here, sir. And weekly, for example, usually the consultants, they are very busy, the chief, they are very busy, but when they work in a teaching institution, it is one of the mandatory, because their knowledge has to be shared to the faculties and to the teachers. We organize some faculty development program, and we have simulation lab, and they come and teach our students on how much ever they can able to spend time in annually. Before itself, we will discuss with them, get their schedule, like that we are making, sir. Hello, sir.
Shri madam, you can look at some similar practices.
Okay, sir.
You are sitting in the medical college, so you
Yes,
can
sir.
use their resources. Even
We'll
the
talk to our
homeopathy,
dean, sir. Yes, sir.
homeopathy college, physiotherapy, all together, you can have common programs.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. We'll try it for that.
A second question was asked now.
Any other doubts from the audience?
Of doubts. The only doubt, if doubts are created, it shows that research is happening. So no doubts, no research.
Actually, more if you ask, no, we can learn this also. Some of the
Research comes out of doubts.
Yes, sir.
You should be able to ask what, why, how. Unless
When
you
and
ask
where,
these questions, there is no research.
research, first step is asking the right question.
Correct.
to the right person.
Yes.
I was expecting you, madam.
Asking the right question to the right person in a right sense.
Yes,
Now, at
sir.
least asking question, then we'll decide whether it is right or wrong. First, we should ask question.
Very, very informative, sir. Very informative lecture.
Okay. Naganandani, I think you can close up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can read the chat box, and some of the comments are there. You can read and give that feedback. Then word of thanks and get plus.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone to the one and all present here. It's such an honor for me to get an opportunity to thank you all dignitaries. On behalf of the IQAC VMACON, I extend our heartfelt thanks to the Dr. P. Gnanasegar, Director IQAC VMRFDU Salem, for the remarkable presence and constant motivation all the time. Thank you, sir. I extend my gratitude to our honorable resource person, Dr. S. Maragadam, Professor, Savita College of Nursing, SIMATS deemed University, Chennai, to take out time from her busy schedule to grace the event. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and contribution, ma'am. Thank you for providing immense support to make the webinar successful. Thank you, ma'am. I extend our heartfelt thanks to the Dr. K. Mageshwari, Principal, VMSCO in Salem, for her continuous encouragement and support throughout the program. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. Thank you everyone once again for
Special
making
thanks to
it.
Dr. Ambujam, madam.
Yes, ma'am. It's a special gratitude and thanks to Dr. Ambujam, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
College, Karaikal campus, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Thank you to all.
Thoroughly enjoyed. Nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Feedback link is provided in chat box. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback.